Hey, what's going on YouTube? Advertise Crush back with you once again with another video today. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to go ahead and pull a quick rundown of the items that I am putting together for my personal PC rig that I'm going to be putting together here pretty soon. So let's dive straight into it. First off, the base of any good computer is your power supply. And what I've got is the upside down Dynex 400 watt ATX power supply. This guy, let's see, I actually got this at Best Buy, which of course Dynex is the Best Buy. Maybe their store brand? I can't find it anywhere else. But I picked up this guy for $49.99 in store. So this guy right here should definitely do exactly what I need it to do with no problems whatsoever. So, next up is my graphics card that I picked up. I'm going through the items I was able to pick up in store first. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick up my motherboard, my case, or my processor in store, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? So, next up is my graphics card. I decided to not go with something too extreme. I was really going to be going specific with what the build I was going to pull up. You have to excuse me, I have all my information up on my screen here for the items as well. This is the Galaxy NVIDIA GeForce GT 610. It comes ready for DirectX 11. 1 gig frame buffer and factory overclock, so if I ever want to get into some hardcore gaming like some Warcraft or Guild Wars 2, I can do that fairly well. This guy also has a HDMI output along with the VGA and the DVI. I don't know if you can see that. I will eventually be switching my optical drive from a standard optical drive to a Blu-ray drive, so I'll be able to do everything I need with this guy right here. I paid in store $49.99. You can actually find a comparable item on Newegg for $44.99, and actually it's $24.99 after a $20 rebate card. I was really like, you know what, I just want to get the card and get set to go. By the way, I will link up all my stuff from Newegg down in the description as well. Next up is my internal hard drive. I decided to go really simple just to start off. Got the Seagate 500 gig. Price is about the same from Best Buy to Newegg. That's $69.99. This guy runs pretty well for what I'm going to really need it for. I'm not going to be doing anything extreme. I might pop in a solid state drive, but I really don't see the necessity for it, at least not yet. But this guy right here, 16 megabytes cache, 7200 RPM, it should do exactly what I need it to do. So there's that. And that's pretty much all the stuff I was able to pick up in store. So I got my handy dandy receipt here. I'm going to pop through a couple other items that I got. I decided to hold off purchasing RAM in the store. I was like, well, there's a lot of other brands out there, so I decided to just do a little bit of back and forth. I had initially purchased a DVD drive in store, and ran me about $40. I'm like, do I really need to spend $40 on a CD drive? And probably something I'm going to end up replacing down the road. So I did some shopping here on Newegg, and I saw a Samsung DVD burner. Pretty simple, $15.99. Link will be in the description. And RAM, I was going to pick up some G-Skill Ripjaws. I was like, man, do I really need G-Skill Ripjaws? Not really. So I decided to go with some Kingston HyperX Blu-ray series, 8 GB. It's 2 sticks of 4. Standard DDR3 RAM, $42.99. Beasting out right there. No problem at all. Kingston's a fairly good name from what I've heard, so I decided to go ahead and make the jump and go with something a little bit different. And Has the ability to do up to 1600 megahertz. Most people are saying it's peaking out at the 1333, but we'll see. I really don't need it to go hardcore anyway, so we'll see how it goes. The motherboard I decided to go with is the Intel LGA 1155. It is got a couple USB 3.0 ports, and I believe it's got 2 USB 3.0s. Double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure it's just 2, if my memory serves me correct. So, yes, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0. So, that sounds perfectly fine for me. Now, this does max out at 8 gigs of RAM on the motherboard, so I'm not really tripping out. I mean, I'll be able to max it out using the 2 4 gigs that I have. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. Done. Sounds good to me. I might end up switching out a motherboard later on if I want to get super hardcore, but right now it works for me. By the way, that is a micro ATX motherboard as well, so I believe it comes with a bracket as well. So, switching to the processor that I got. Oh, by the way, the motherboard is $84.99 on Newegg, and I believe I paid around the same amount. I actually paid $72.98 to Best Buy. So there you go. I wasn't really going to trip out for the price, but I mean, for a couple bucks less, why not? Now for my processor is the Intel Core i3 3240. That is an Ivy Bridge processor. Of course, it is 1155 because that's the only thing it's compatible with. Dual core with hyper-threading, and it's also got the HD Intel Graphics 2500 built in, which is kind of why I wanted to go with a graphics card. I didn't want to just kind of pump power out of the CPU. So I was like, you know what, we'll take a little bit off, take a little load off. So like I said, this is a hyper-threading processor. 3 megabytes of L3 cache. Does support 64-bit, which is probably going to be what I'm going to do as far as my build. I'm probably going to get Windows 7, which I want anyway. I'm not a big Windows 8 guy. So, but that on Newegg is $149, and from Best Buy I picked it up for $149.99, exact same price. And now what I like to call the baby of the process was the case. I didn't want to spend out a lot of money on a case. I didn't want to, crank cash. I didn't really need anything too extreme. So I actually went with a Cooler Master. That's the Elite 430. I picked it up from Best Buy for $41.98. Newegg has it for $49.99. You can also pick up $10 off with a rebate card if you want. But this guy's actually pretty nice. It is I believe it's a standard ATX tower. Yes, it's a standard ATX tower. I believe so. But yep, compatible with all ATX and micro ATX motherboards. High five. It does have a fan in the front with an LED, which is kind of the way that I wanted it. I wanted it to look nice, stylish, but nothing too extreme. It does have a window on the left side of the case. Kind of gives you a little bit of a peek in. Wasn't really tripping about putting in an LED though. It's not really my thing. But it's really nice. It's got 2 USBs in the front. It's got your standard ports. But that all works out for me. All in all, everything included, I'll be dishing out about a little over $500 for this. Really standard build. I didn't really want to jolt $800 into a rig, because I'm really just not going to be doing a whole lot besides maybe some video editing, obviously, maybe some podcasting, and maybe some music editing as well. So, but tell me what you think. I want to know, is there maybe a motherboard I could have gone with better? If you like the Kingston RAM that I picked up, you think I maybe should have gone with something a little bit more subtle, something a little bit more extreme? maybe something I could have picked up that would have been like maybe $10 more and could have gotten better functionality out of. I want to hear it. I love hearing you guys' back and forth. I like hearing the dialogue here on YouTube, as long as it is, of course, respectful. So, but hit me with all the comments, questions that you want to hit. I've been kind of poking back and forth on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Twitter. Pretty much my thoughts and feelings on the build I'm going to be doing. So, but hit me up on Twitter, of course, Aphrodite's Crush, same username as you will see above, and also Fat Freak at FATPHREAK. That is my other Twitter name. Also, I just resurrected my podcast. It's been about 3 years since I've done that. Just look up TheCrushCast. I am on iTunes, so check me out. It is rated explicit for strong language. I do mostly sports-related stuff, but every once in a while I'll try to pop in as much randomness as I can, this, that, and the other. So, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace out, everyone.